I, as a moderator, Most Reverend Dr. P.C. Singh, Church of North India Synod, and also the Bishop of Diocese Jabalpur, Church of North India, I wish to congratulate the pastoral committee members, the congregation and presbyter in charge of the Church Cathedral, Jabalpur, celebrating 175 years of its faithful journey. We remember the God's blessing upon this church as well as in our diocese. The existence of this church is very unique. Before the independence and before the union of Church of North India Synod, the Church of North India came in 1970, but our church has a history of more than 150 years. And this is the time when we all are celebrating Church Cathedral 175 years. I wish and pray that this church will become a unity witness of service. This church become a diaconia for the poor, Dalit, tribals, marginalized and unreached community. Through this church ministry, whosoever leader come, whatsoever the institution established, through this His name be glorified, and the people who are the poor, Dalit, tribals, they should be taken care. I wish and pray that next generation, when they will celebrate 200 years and when they will celebrate another 275 years, they will remember this and they will have a strong vision to upliftment of the whole community and community at large. May God bless us. Amen.
This is the story of one of the oldest Anglican church in the city of Jabalpur. The church which has seen both the World War. The church which has seen the transition from the British rule to the Indian independence. It's none other than the Church Cathedral. The journey of Christ Church began with the visit of the bishop from Calcutta and the archdeacon to Jabalpur in January 1841. Bishop Wilson, who was also the Bishop of India, East India and Australia, and the archdeacon was the Honourable Pratt. The Bishop Wilson laid the very first stone of the church which came to be called Christ Church. The building progressed in leaps and bounds and was so advanced that by March 1843 it had begun to be used. Divine services started from April 1844. The main building and tower cost rupees 2,500. The bricks were made with labor of the prisoners. The first chaplain, the Reverend F.A. Dawson, was appointed by the Lieutenant Governor of the North West Province by an order dated 2nd January 1844. The Reverend Dawson arrived at Jabalpur on 26th February 1844. After his arrival, the vestry costing rupees 749 was added to the church building in 1845. The first church Holy Communion chalice and paten were ordered from L.M. Latry of Calcutta, costing rupees 102.8 annas. Sunday school was held in the church vestry. In 1851, the pulpit and the lectern were made under the direction of Mr. William, designed by Captain Keetu, costing rupees 280. In 1869, the Reverend W.B. Drawbridge was appointed as chaplain. The Reverend Drawbridge was a remarkable man, for in the 4 years of his chaplaincy, he installed the lectern and the brass altar decks at a cost of Rs 320. He also made plans to purchase a bell for the church. He was responsible for the consecration and opening of the present Mandala Road Cemetery. He provided a new organ and added pews capable of seating 78 persons. In 1870, the Reverend W.B. Drawbridge started the Christ Church schools with the help of Mr. G.P. Thomas, the resident engineer. He also planned to extend the church. The Lady Chapel was dedicated on the 17th of March 1897 as a thanks offering. This chapel was dedicated to Saint Mary the Virgin. The Tamil parish under the Church Missionary Society donated Rs 500 for its erection, and they used it for Sunday services. The next milestone in the history of Christ Church was the visit of the Metropolitan of India and the Bishop of Calcutta, the Right Reverend Dr. Copperstone, in November 1902. He was approached about the installation of a marble altar for the church. He gave his consent for the project. The altar was designed by the superintendent engineer from the Jaipur state. The altar was made of white Jaipur marble with shafts of other colors. In the center, with the Agnus Dei, is executed in green jade. The altar is 7 feet 6 inch long and 3 feet 3 inch high and 3 feet wide, and is extremely beautiful in appearance. On 15th November 1902, the Metropolitan Dr. Copperstone held a confirmation service at 8 a.m. and on Monday 17th November 1902, he celebrated the Holy Communion in the Tamil for the members of the Christ Church Tamil Mission. A new organ was heard for the first time in the church on Sunday the 6th December 1903. The new pulpit was designed by Messer P. Orr and Sons of Madras. The new pulpit was dedicated on Palm Sunday 1905 by the bishop. The bishop's chair was presented by Reverend C.J. Palmer and placed it in the church on Christmas Day in 1905. In January 1906, marble paving was laid around the font, and in May 1907, the marble steps and the lectern stands were erected in memory of Nora Kunhunt. The Reverend C.G. Rogers, who was also the chaplain of Christ Church Cathedral in 1934, wrote the school hymn, "We Thank Thee Now, O Father." In September 1935, a small chapel was built in the Christ Church Boys' School by Reverend D.E.J. Err, as the Christ Church was out of bounds for the boarders during the week. This chapel still stands today near the entrance of the Christ Church Boys' School. On 6th August 1935, the foundation was laid for the parsonage and the contract for the building was given to Mr. Dal Singh. The parsonage was dedicated on May 31st, 1936 The bungalow was occupied by the chaplain on 1st September 1936. The chaplain at that time was Reverend D.E.J. The total cost of the parsonage was Rs 6,000. The Lima Memorial Fund was started on 9th May 1939 for poor widows and poor orphans out of the proceeds of the late Miss Edith Lima's will. Reverend J.E. Robinson was chaplain in the year 1957 and 1958.
My husband came here in 1946 and he was ordained in 1952. He used to work for the church all the time and the school, but then they ordained him in 52. And from that time he did the school work and the church work till he retired from the school in 1980. Then he did only the church work and he passed away in 87. My husband also went to England on a special year's course to Canterbury Cathedral, St. Augustine's College. And we were there for a year in St. Augustine's College, Canterbury, and there were priests from all over the world. They had come for this special course, and I'm very happy to say my husband stood first. This I have to say, as his wife, he was an extremely good man. He was strict, no doubt, but an extremely good and kind man. And this is proof of the way he lived his life while on earth. He developed cancer of the pancreas, and I took him to Bombay, and there they operated on him, and after the operation they said to me a day or two after, you can take him back because we can do nothing. So I brought him back, and 4 mornings, one morning after the other, between 8 and 8:30 every morning, he said to me, "Our Lord is here." So I said, "Where is he?" I couldn't see him. He said, "Here, near my bed. Our Lord is here." So I just looked at him, and then he didn't say anything more. Then the next morning, same time, between 8 and 8:30, he said to me again, "Our Lord is here." And I said, "James, where is he?" "He's here, near my bed." Third morning, the same thing. And the 4th morning, he said to me, that was the last time our Lord appeared to him. He said to me, "Our Lord has come. And the call has come, and I must obey." So I said, "You're saying all this, what will happen to me?" He said, "You don't have to worry at all. Our Lord will take care of you." And with that, he passed away.
After a gap of few years, he again assumed charge as a chaplain from 1962 till 1987, when he was called home to rest from his years of faithful service. In August 1958, the parish received notification from the bishop about the church union proposal in North India. The next historical event was the formation of the Church of North India on 29 November 1970, and Christ Church became a cathedral in 1970 with the formation of the new Jabalpur Diocese Church of North India. The Bishop S.K. Patro was installed as the first Bishop of Jabalpur Diocese Church of North India on 20th December 1970 at a very solemn and impressive service. On 6th April 1975, the parish bid farewell to Bishop and Mrs. S.K. Patro. On 12th September 1976, the Right Reverend Franklin C. Jonathan was installed as the second Bishop of Jabalpur Diocese Church of North India at a very impressive service. In 1984, Dr. E.C. Daniel took over as lay leader from Dr. B.F. Woods after the death of Reverend Canon J.E. Robinson.
Today, the church headed by its presbyters, Reverend Bruce Thangadurai and Reverend Subha Venkatram, is blessed with a loyal, dedicated, generous and energetic congregation which loves its church. An atmosphere of joy and friendliness prevails among the members. Friends, I would also like to add that we, the members of the Diocese of Jabalpur, are indeed fortunate in having the most dynamic and forward-looking bishop in the Church of North India. The elation of our Bishop, Dr. P.C. Singh, to the office of the moderator has opened for us the floodgates of opportunities to serve God and mankind. To God be the glory for all His blessings. Thank you.
In 1987, the Reverend E.F. Albert was looking after the parish till a new priest could be found. On 1st June 1988, the Reverend Marshall Hereford took over as presbyter in charge of the Christ Church Cathedral. During the chaplaincy of Reverend Marshall Hereford, the old CIPPC prayer book was replaced with a CNI prayer book. A fountain in the church premises was built to the effort of Mr. Emmanuel Park, and the church garden was also enlarged and improved. In June 1991, Mr. Pushparaj Daniel Thangadurai was ordained as deacon and appointed to Christ Church Cathedral with special responsibilities for the Tamil parish. After Reverend Marshall Hereford left for Australia on 12th November 1995, Reverend P.D. Thangadurai was appointed as presbyter in charge of the cathedral till 30th April 2005. After the retirement of Bishop F.C. Jonathan in the year 1996, Right Reverend Sunil Kak was installed as the third Bishop of Jabalpur Diocese, Church of North India, at a very impressive service held at New Delhi on 23rd July 1995. An additional veranda on the right side was dedicated by Bishop Right Reverend Sunil Kak on 4th November 1998 at a cost of Rs 30,000 388. During the chaplaincy of Reverend P.D. Tangadurai, a new hymn book was drawn from the ancient and modern Methodist hymnal and carols and choruses, which was inducted for use in the church on 20th February 2002. A flagstaff was thereby erected and the nation's flag was hoisted on Independence Day and Republic Day after the Thanksgiving service from the year 1996 onwards. The singing of Jubilato Deo, Psalm 100, was reintroduced from the year 2000, and a new Yamaha synthesizer costing Rs 40,000 was added to the church musical instrument on 29th August 2004. In the year 2002, Reverend Joel Patrick was ordained and posted to assist Reverend P.D. Tangadurai. He was ordained as presbyter on 20th April 2003 and he proceeded for his postgraduate studies at the United Theological College, Bangalore. Reverend Joel Patrick took over the charge of the presbyter in charge from 1st May 2005 on his completion of studies from the United Theological College, Bangalore. In April 2004, the Right Reverend Dr. Prem Chand Singh took charge as the 4th Bishop of the Jabalpur Diocese, Church of North India. He was consecrated in our Christ Church Cathedral on Sunday the 25th of April 2004 by the Most Reverend Zacharias James Terom, moderator of the CNI, assisted by the returning Bishop, Right Reverend Sunil Kak, Right Reverend L.M. Mehta, Right Reverend P.S.P. Raju, Right Reverend Anil R. Stephen, and retired bishops, Right Reverend F.C. Jonathan and Right Reverend N.M. Bagh, an office which he occupies still. When Reverend Joel Patrick went for his further studies to Chennai, Reverend Arvind Peter took charge and served from 2008 to 2012. It was in his tenure that the church was replastered and the roof was remade. In the year 2013, Reverend Bruce Tangadurai was appointed as presbyter in charge, an office which he still occupies. Reverend Shubh joined the Diocese of Jabalpur in 2013 as a diocesan worker. He was ordained as a deacon in 2014 and as presbyter in the Diocese of Jabalpur in 2016. He is presently the assistant presbyter in charge of Christ Church Cathedral from 2016. Some of the programs and activities during the last few years are as follows. Printing of new hymn books in 2013. Renovation of the parsonage in 2013. Putting up of the church name board in 2013. Christ Church Cathedral website in 2015. Paver blocks put around the church campus in 2015. Marble flooring done inside the church and construction of the new stage behind the church on 2nd October 2016. Renovation and roof work of the Lima Anglo-Indian Memorial Quarters by putting cement sheets. Church Directory, which was released by the Honorable Bishop on 1st January 2017. The Christ Church also adopted a project to construct a new church building at Ratanpur. The Christ Church has constructed the beautiful building and it was inaugurated on 19th April 2016 by the Bishop, the Right Reverend Dr. P.C. Singh, and handed over to the Diocese of Jabalpur. The Christ Church Cathedral started its year-long celebration from 3rd of April 2018 by organizing the following programs. Inauguration was done on 3rd of April 2018, where our moderator, Right Reverend Dr. P.C. Singh, was the chief guest and Mr. Alwan Masi was the guest of honor. In the month of June 2018, a program was organized to honor the old people of our church. In the month of September, a program was organized to honor the teachers of our church. In the month of October, the church fete was organized. A Sunday school program was organized in the month of November 2018. 9-lesson carol service, Christmas tree, and a cricket match between the married and the unmarried was organized in the month of December. World Day of Prayer was organized by the Women's Fellowship of our Cathedral in the month of February.